I am back. So, basically, I heard something that made me not like either candidate again. I don't like the Democrat candidate because even though she said she'll give us our choice of health insurance, she is notorious for doing things in California as the Attorney General where it's a catch-22 situation. And I'm not sure she won't just make it really hard to not pick what she wants. She's got a track record for being unreasonable and mean. I want to back her up just because it's about darn time we get a woman in there. But, like I said, and then Walz wants to inhibit the Second Amendment, and that's not cool, ever. Then there's Donald, who prior to election year 2020 and prior to this year, 2024, had something called Agenda 45, which is like the Cliff's Notes to Vance's version, Agenda 2025. So Agenda 45, because he's the president number 45, and Agenda 2025, put forth by Vance, his running mate, who is Opus Dei. And they want to basically force the nation to recognize that Christianity is the only official religion here. Gee, that sounds like Nazi Germany. I mean, or maybe like one of these Muslim nations. You have to pay a super duper high tax, triple the tax of other people if you want to be anything other than Muslim. If they even allow that, because some of them don't. We have the Bill of Rights here. I'm certain that Muslim Americans wouldn't like it. But there's a guy in college who's saying jihadist type speeches about how they're tired of democracy and they want to instill the Sharia laws here. Freedom of religion. You cannot impose anything on the citizens of this United States. It violates their rights, both written and implied. I mean, that's in the Constitution. Not an exact wording, but one can infer that meaning. You're not allowed in Congress to set laws that take away our Bill of Rights, or any rights that haven't been mentioned yet that a common sense person would say would be human rights. One of them would be to force another religion. Another thing that's in the Constitution is that Congress cannot endorse any religion, period. Obamacare kind of does that by making the Amish and Muslims exempt from Obamacare requirements. Oh, violation. Then we have the fact that they endorsed a product, insurance, especially Obamacare insurance. I know there's a formal name for it. I don't care. It takes too long. It's like a Southern church title that takes 3 lines to get through the official title of said church. I was just going to call it Obamacare because everybody does it. Irregardless, Congress has endorsed a product, insurance, and they have forced people to buy it. This is against the Constitution. It is not allowed. Violation. This guy wants to change our government, and he wants to force us to live according to Sharia law and Islam. I'm pretty sure that everybody else in this country doesn't like that idea. And I'm not just talking about Christians. I'm talking about Jewish people. I'm talking about atheists. I'm talking about agnostics. I'm talking about Wiccans. I'm talking about every version of Christian there is. I'm talking about Buddhists. I'm talking about people that... there's a Star Wars religion. I forget what it's called. That was started as a joke, but then became more serious because they just wanted people to leave them alone. They don't want to be called agnostic, atheist. They just don't want to be anything. They just want to be good people and live their life. Can you blame them? Scientology wouldn't like it. The Mormons wouldn't like it. Don't mess with freedom of religion, Mr. Trump and Mr. Vance. How dare you? So I'm just going to go through Google Translate. The grammar might not be correct. The syntax might not be correct, but I'm pretty sure in your own language you'll understand, the words. I'm just going to play the audio.
特朗普先生和万斯先生想要利用2025年议程剥夺权利法案所保障的宗教自由。
Pretty sure Buddhists. And not all Chinese are Buddhists. Not all Chinese Americans. They could be Christian. They could be Jewish. They could be Baptist. They could be agnostic. They could be atheist. The point is, it's your religion. You have a right to it. And the government is not allowed to regulate religion. Separation of church and state is a thing. You might not say it word for word in the Constitution that way, but it does state it clearly that the government of this country does not mess with your religion. Just like religions are not allowed to make legislature. Period. So that's a separation of church and state. So, how about this one?
MNR, Trump en MNR, van formele vryheid van godsdienst, wat in die handves van regte gewaarborg word, wegneem deur Agenda 2025 te gebruik.
Okay, how about, let's try some akan. Oh, there's no verbal. I'll try my best. Owura Trump no Owura vans fische like the Agenda 2025 di dwuma de gemo nyamesom a hofadi a wichauye ho bequika Bill of Rights munofino nasam. And if I said it wrong, I'm sorry, but there's no audio for this. Maybe tell Google Translate to pick up some audio on it. That's Akan. How about Albanian?
Zë Trump dhe zoti Vance duan të ju heqin lirinë e fesë, e cila është e garantuar në ligjin e të drejtave, duke përdorur agendën 2025.
Okay, let's go with Amharic. There's a transliteration, but I don't know those phonetics, but I'll read the transliteration and I hope I say it right. Misiteri terampi ina misiteri vanisi agenda 2025 ni bemetekami bemebetochi hegiwisiti yetere gagete weni yemineti nets anetivoni lenet eku yifelegalu. Let's try some Arabic. Oh, that does have audio.
يريد السيد ترامب والسيد فانس حرمانك من الحرية الدينية المكفولة في ميثاق الحقوق باستخدام أجندة 2025.
Armenian. Let's see. Again, I don't know those phonetics. I love languages, but, didn't get to do that one. So I'm going to try and do the transliteration, because there is transliteration. Paron Trampi, Yev Paron Vensi, Sankanum yen kalera dezurkroni, ajatutiani vorjerash borvats, iravonkneri orinexlov, ogtagortselov, Arakavg 2025E. That's Armenian, or my version of Armenian. I just feel like everybody that's an American deserves to be represented in this video, okay? Even if I don't do a very good job, I'm going to try. Because I like languages. Trump aruvens Dangoriai Agenda 2025 Bebohar Kari Aponar Dormur Swadenota Kari Nibisar Zito Adhika Bilatna Sit Korano Hois. Okay. I gotta rewrite it because I someone out, and Google doesn't want to keep it up there. I might not get the wording exactly the same now because I accidentally closed the window. Oops, I'm human. Oh no. Alright, we did Romanian, sort of. That was terrible. Oh wait, no we didn't. We didn't do Romanian. We did Assamese, was it? Yeah, it was Assamese. So let's do... Next on the list is Aymara. Trump Tatampi Vance Tatampics. Vance Agenda 2025 Ucampu Libertad de Religion Ukach Absuny Munapsi. Apski? Anyway, that's supposed to be Aymara. Have we got any Azerbaijani Americans out there? Cheneb Trump, they Cheneb Vance. Vance's Agenda 2025 ila sizin din azadleginizi aradan quadrmak istegiler. No audio on that one either. Sorry. How about, do we have any Bambara Americans? Mr. Trump ni Mr. Vance ba dine for Hechurchnia Bechyanivantska Agenda 2025 yay. Sorry again if I didn't get that quite right because there's no audio for Bambara. How about Bangla? Oh, there's audio for Bangla.
মি ট্রাম্প এবং মি ভ্যান্স ওয়ান্সের এজেন্ডা 2025-এর মাধ্যমে আপনার ধর্মের স্বাধীনতাকে সরিয়ে দিতে চান।
That man has got to stop. Okay, how about Basque? Trump itavants Janak Irligio Askatasuna Kendu. Nahiduta Vanseren Agenda 2025 Erakin. That's Basque. Okay, any Basque Americans? Pretty sure you're not happy to hear that, huh? How about Belarusian? Ugh, there's no audio for Belarusian. I have to read it, the transliteration. In Trump events chochus patbavis hasvabodoi svabodi viraviznania I dava mohaj prarami Vincana 2025 Hod. I actually helped some Bosnian immigrants when I was in, not Bosnian, Belarusian immigrants when I was in college. Them, some Bosnians, some Herzegovinians, some Chechens. I had to learn a little bit of their language so I could communicate. Plus, part of it was as I was a free tutor to teach them English and show them the ropes to get ready for when their 6 months of free everything was over. Because, believe it or not, you come here, you don't just get free everything forever. You get to the end of 6 months, you need to have a job. You need to have applied for food stamps and housing, and you need your backup for that. You can't just live for free forever here because America can't afford it. Everybody comes here. But we do give you a startup, right? We give you 6 months startup. So you're not just thrown out into the mix like so many people that came to this country that are some of my European ancestors and my Greek ancestors and my Italian ancestors. Well, they're Europeans. Some of my Mediterranean ancestors, not Muslim. But Mediterranean, okay? I got some of that. And then I'm Native American. Got a little gypsy, a little bit. And I'm telling you, if there was anybody on this planet that loved culture and music and food, cultural food and the costuming, the regalia, it's this woman. I love the language. It's very fun to learn a new language. There's just hundreds of them, literally. So pardon me, but it was English was my first language, French, Spanish, German. I started to learn Chinese from my mom's friend at work. I started learning Japanese because my first fiance, he was a white guy, but he liked Japan and ninja and all that. And then I learned Greek later when I joined the Greek Orthodox Church. I found a Cherokee book that was in the discard pile and started learning Cherokee, but that one I should have learned first because that's my part of my heritage. Anyway, I just really like languages. So let's see, what's next? We're at 17 minutes in. We got a ways to go. I guess I better keep moving on and stop chattering, right? So, do we have any Bhojpuri Americans? Oh, transliteration again. Tramp Alvains, Vainski Agenda 2025 say, Raur Drum Ke Ajadi Hetaval Khatabad. I hope I said that right. I mean, I can't read those letters, right? But I tried. So there's Bhojpuri. Do we have any Bosnian? I can sort of do this, but this one's got audio, so here, have a listen.
Gospodin Trump I gospodin Vance žele ukloniti vašu slobodu vjeroispovijesti sa Vanceovom agendom 2025.
There you go. Those are some of the people I helped when I was in college. Bosnians. And then Bulgaria. Let's see. Is there audio for this? Nope. I'm going to try not to ruin this. I like Bulgaria. Okay. Gin Trump Igin Vance Iskata Primahnat Zvobodata Vina Religia es Programata Nevans 2025. Sound like Sovietism? I'm sure you're not liking that. You didn't come to this country for that, right? The Republicans need to pick a new candidate, don't they? Burmese. Okay, there's audio for Burmese. Any Burmese Americans?
Mista, Toti. The Tata Senapie, the Ilula Swapu Kwekweku Peshalu Jadi.
Okay. How about Catalan, which is a dialect of Spanish, really? But here we go.
El senyor Trump i el senyor Vance volen eliminar la vostra llibertat de religió amb l'Agenda 2025 d'Avança.
Let's see, what's next? Alphabetically speaking, Cebuano. Gusto ni Mr. Trump ug Mr. Vance tanga. Hang on, let me start over. Gusto ni Mr. Trump ug Mr. Vance tangon ang imong kagawasan sa relihiyon gamit ang Agenda 2025 ni Vance. But you don't like hearing that either. How about Central Kurdish? Oh, there's no transliteration. And I'm sorry, it's mirror image. Right to left, right? But, correct. Right to left, but it's showing left to right because mirror image, it's like a mirror. Sorry. Let's see, Central Kurdish. How about Chinese? I actually helped some Kurdish people too that were refugees. I did Chinese already. We'll do it again. Chinese
特朗普
Americans.
先生和万斯先生希望通过万斯2025年议程取消你们的宗教自由。
Yep, Chinese Americans. Simplified Chinese. You want to hear traditional Chinese? That's what I should have done. Here we go. Traditional Chinese. So any Chinese Americans out there?
川普先生和万斯先生希望透过万斯2025年议程取消你们的宗教自由。
I don't know why I'm showing it to you. It's mirror image. I'll just let you hear it, right? Let's see. Corsican. Oh, Corsican. Usignore Trump e usignore Vance volenu Katia a vostra libertà di religione con l'Agenda 2025 di Vance. Hi, but there's some Corsican Americans that don't like that. How about Croatian?
Trump lige. Vance žele ukloniti vašu slobodu vjeroispovijesti Vance ovom agendom 2025.
He's probably going to go for something like Baptist, you know, not necessarily Catholic. I bet Croatian Americans don't like that. Hello to the Croatian family I helped way back when. I don't know if you recognize me this many years later. Let's see, Czech. Let's do some Czech. Any Czech Americans?
Pan Trump a pan Vance chtějí Vanceovou agendou 2025 odstranit vaši svobodu vyznání.
Pretty infuriating, ain't it? How about Danish Americans?
Mr. Trump og Mr. Vance ønsker at fjerne din religionsfrihed med Vances Agenda 2025.
You know, and they're going to try and push it to one particular type of Christian. Of course, Vance, being Opus Dei, is Catholic. Well, Trump, I kind of get the feeling he goes with whatever religion is going to promote him, because, I mean, he even went and got that sword of masculinity from Saudi Arabia. Remember that? And instead of the prince, they gave it to Trump. But that caused some problems. Yep. So, Divehi Americans, how about this? Mr. Trumpeya, Mr. Vance, Benun Vani Vensga Agenda 2025, Eiku Ethiabe Fulhunga Dinuga, I'm sorry, Minivan Kan Natalan. I'm sorry if I'm messing up your language. I'm not C3PO, I don't speak 300 languages. And the ones I do speak or read or write, it's, you know, like whatever I had time for. while raising 4 children and going to college and working, because that's what you do when you don't have anybody to pay your bills for you. You have to go to work yourself, right? Can't be lazy. Okay, this would be Dogri. I had a ghost talk to me in Dogri a few weeks ago. I had to go to Google Translate to figure out what the phonetics were and type it in and see what it came up as, and it was Dogri. Okay. Yeah, something that was going on in the news. Okay. Shri Trump te Shri Vince de Agenda 2025 Kanetundi Dharma di Ajavi Gid Hatana Shanedi N. So CH could be ch or ch or sh. Shanedi in or Hanedi in or Chanedi in. I did my best, guys. Okay, so Dutch. I thought I did Dutch. Wait, did I do Dutch? Oh, no, I did Danish. I'm sorry. The other Scandinavians. Okay, we'll go with Dutch. Ready?
De heer Trump en de heer Vance willen uw godsdienstvrijheid afschaffen met Vance Agenda 2025.
Ain't cool, huh? And then we got Esperanto. Spanish Americans that speak Esperanto. Or, I'm pretty sure it's just Spain, but anyway. Sinjoro Trump, kaj Sinjoro Vance, volas forigi vian religian liberecon per la tagordo 2025 de Vance. In a country where everybody has to get along and allow each other their customs and their religion as long as they don't hurt anybody else, this is not cool. It's almost a 300-year-old law that you have a right to freedom of religion if you're a citizen in this country. Nobody else does that anywhere on the planet. Okay, so let's go with Estonian.
Trump ja Vance soovivad Vance Agenda 2025 abil eemaldada teie usuvabaduse.
You know, the Macedonians immigrated, or not immigrated, but they colonized Egypt after it had the Indians there, the real Indians, like India Indians, and before that the Africans, and before that the original Egyptians were Asians. Look at it, the oldest dynasties look Asian in all their depictions. The second oldest are African looking, and there's still tribes that customize their sarcophagi, their coffins, to look like whatever the person did in life. That's pretty Egyptian. A lot of them have those collars still. There's jewelry in China and Japan and Korea that reminds you of Egypt. Okay, so I'm not off my gourd. And plus I studied archaeology, especially in the area of Egyptology, because it was fascinating that Egypt has been everybody's backyard through the centuries, through the eons. Okay, and then when after the Asians left because the Nile changed course and the Indians came in and occupied Egypt and Persia, then there were 3 brothers, and that's the whole Vedic texts and, you know, Vashti and Shiva and all them getting in a Vimana war and wiping out the Sahara forest, which was more like a jungle, but it became the desert. And there's writings about the whole cities turning to sand. And then after they were done with it, then come the Macedonians, the Ptolemaic Greeks. Macedonia and Greece used to be the same country, and then that southern peninsula broke away and became Greece. A lot of people don't realize this. And then the Greeks colonized Italy, and Neapolis became Naples. Oh, so the Greeks and the Italians are like England and the Americans. Humans repeat what they do. We're all the same. So, Macedonian Americans, or Estonian. Oh, did I mix up Estonia with Macedonia? I'm so sorry. I know the difference. Anyway, now you know about Macedonia and Greece. Moving right along, I'm so embarrassed. I've done that before. I once substituted Sue for Iroquois. When I was talking to somebody, because they asked me a question, I was like, well, actually, the Sioux this and blah, blah, blah. They're like, the Sioux didn't do that. And I'm like, did I say Sioux? I meant Iroquois. Embarrassing. Okay, I'll get over it, though. All right. Ewa. I'm not sure what country that's from. I need to look that up. I'm gonna try. Maybe I shouldn't. It's from couple of fetchevans. Die bejawadia. Miaf mawus subchblichting. I'm not doing that one. I'm sorry, guys. I really don't know that alphabet. I really don't know that alphabet at all. But it's there. There's just no audio, and I don't know how to transliterate. And so, rather than destroy Ewa, I'm going to let somebody else tell us how you would pronounce it with American English phonetics, right? Alright, Filipino. I am really sorry. The Google Translate needs to get some audio or do transliteration, right? For every language. So, Filipino, here we go.
Gustong alisin ni na Mr. Trump at Mr. Vance ang iyong kalayaan sa relihiyon sa Agenda 2025 ni Vance.
There's all kinds of religions in the
Gustong
Philippines.
alisin ni na Mr. Trump at Mr. Vance ang iyong...
I already did that one. If I were president, I would represent everybody at appropriate times, when their issues come up, because that's what you're supposed to do. If I was in Congress or the Senate, the same thing. There are literally Americans from every country on this planet living here that immigrated here at this point in time. That is a fact. So, the idea of getting rid of the Bill of Rights, which is probably why your grandparents or parents or ancestors came here in the first place, is extremely rude and callous and un-American. What does he think he's doing?
Trump ja herra Vance haluavat poistaa uskonnonvapautesi Vance's Agenda 2025 ohjelmalla.
So mostly I'm doing this just to represent everybody. That was Finnish. Finland's really pretty. I would like to go there someday. French. I can do French, but let's let the computer do it, shall we? Let's let Google do it since it finally has audio the past couple of them.
Monsieur Trump et Monsieur Vance veulent supprimer votre liberté de religion avec l'agenda 2025 de Vance.
I think that's grammatically correct. Pretty sure that's correct. Google does not always get it grammatically correct. They need to have people from each of these languages that are that speak it natively, or even if they came here and learned it from their grandparents, to go in and fix it, and make sure there's transliteration and audio. Yeah, let's do Galician Spanish. No audio. Good thing I know Spanish. But it's Galician Spanish, so we'll see if I'm okay with this. Sorry, people from Galicia, Spain, who are in this country, if I say something wrong. Because it's not like the straight-up elementary school Spanish I took. O Señor Trump y o Señor Vance quieren eliminar a su libertad de religión qua Agenda 2025 de Vance. Not okay, Mr. Vance. His right to his freedom of religion stops where mine begins, right? Or yours, or yours, or yours, or yours, or yours out there in YouTube land. How about Ganda? Dear Gondan Americans, there's no audio. It's in English phonetics, but we'll see if I do this right. Mwami Trump ne Mwami Vance Begala Kugiyawo Edembelo Leo Yedini ne Vance's Agenda 2025. Let's represent Georgian. And there is no audio on this, so I'm going to go with the phonetics, okay? The transliteration. Mr. Trump's da Mr. Vince cert Gaukmon Tikveni religious tavisupliba Vinces digis to ses regit 2025. German. Oh, there's audio for this. Good, because Frau Hawk here is kind of getting tired of talking. Here we go.
Herr Trump und Herr Vance wollen Ihnen mit Vances Agenda 2025 die Religionsfreiheit entziehen.
Yeah, that was beautiful, wasn't it? It's been a while since I did German. I might say things funny with a thick American accent, right? Here we go. Let's see. How about some Goan Konkani? I'm sorry. There's no audio. There's no transliteration. Anybody speaks Goan Konkani? I'm sorry. I don't know it. And they didn't provide alternatives so that I could communicate with you. Alright, Greek. Now, I did learn Greek. But I want to hear Siri or whatever speak Greek. Here we go.
Ο κύριος Τραμπ και ο κύριος Βανς θέλουν να καταργήσουν τη θρησκευτική ελευθερία σας με την ατζέντα του Vance 2025.
That was really fast. Wow. I don't think anybody else speaks that fast, or any of the other AIs speak that fast. Here we go. Greek, let's see. I know Greeks can speak fast. In any language you can speak fast, but Garani. Karea Trump ha Karea Vance Oi PSNide Libertad de Religion Vance Agenda 2025 Reheve. And let's see. Any Americans speak Gujarati? Audio for Gujarati. Here we go.
શ્રી ટ્રમ્પ અને શ્રી વેન્સના એજન્ડા 2025 સાથે તમારી ધર્મની સ્વતંત્રતા દૂર કરવા માંગે છે.
I don't know what you guys think about that, but hey. Any Americans speak Haitian Creole? Monsieur Trump ak Monsieur Vance vil retire liberté religion ou ak Agenda 2025 Vance a. That ain't nice, huh? How about, I'm sorry if I messed that up. I know there's some French in there somewhere, but it's Haitian Creole, so I did my best. Sorry if I screwed something up, if I said it wrong. How about Hausa? Mr. Trump da Mr. Vance son sira or chira Janssen adininku tare da Vance's Agenda 2025. Maybe if you're Christian you don't care, but you gotta think about the fact that this is the only place you can come and practice your religion without being oppressed. There's no place else like that unless you practice the official religion. Here we go, Hawaiian. Make make o Mr. Trump. Laua o Mr. Vance o wehe I ko'u kuokua o ka ho'omani. I'm sorry. Ka ho'omana me Vance's Agenda 2025. So maybe I ought to look at the camera while I say that because I think I was mumbling in Hawaiian. Makemake o Mr. Trump, laua o Mr. Vance e wehe I ko'u koa. Hey, I'm going to do it again. I think I remembered something, a rule. Makemake o Mr. Trump, leua o Mr. Vance o wehe I ko'u koa o ka ho'omana me Vance's Agenda 2025. I think I said that right this time. I hope. I love Hawaiian. All things Hawaiian. Telling you. And aloha, by the way. And I know what that means. So, what it really means. How about Hebrew? There's no cheats. Without the trope, I don't know how to do it for sure. Some of them I do, but let's see. I'm going to do my best, okay? Without, well, umlauts and stuff, the trope. Mir Trump, Mir Vance, Regime, Lachasir et Hefish, Radat Shalochem, Hagenada, Hagnada, Shall Omus, or Onus or Vonus? Vanis. Oh, Vance! I said it right up here. 2025. Okay, alright, so that was my Hebrew without the little cheaters, you know, the little dots and lines. Ooh, I have a hard time unless I have memorized it. Because not fluent. But enough to read Torah. Okay, and the Seder on Sabbath. Alright, Hindi. Okay, Hindi.
श्री ट्रंप और श्री वेंस के एजेंडा 2025 के साथ आपकी धार्मिक स्वतंत्रता को खत्म करना चाहते हैं.
That ain't cool. Right? How about... That's another part of India. So Hindi, right? Hausa, I think, is part of India. Gujarati is part of India. Gujarati is part of India. Dogri, I think, is part of India, or somewhere near in the territory that is in relation to India. Sorry, India. All right, Hmong. Any Native Americans? Any Americans that they speak Hmong. I'm going to try and do this because it's transliterated, but there's no audio. Trump Diab, Mr. Vance. XAV, Chav, Zav, Shav, Tashem Koj, Tishoj, or Tsoj, Tachoj, Tzoj, Kev, Yewij, Fij, Netam, Kev, Nitzig, Narog Vance's Agenda 2025. Probably you better just... Somebody should say something in Hmong about it. It's not cool. Make America great again. He means make America Trumps again. You know, like... Hungarian. So, Mr. Trump is Mr. Vance mega karja shuntentni valas jabadzagot avance agenda 2025 program javal. Oh, there's audio. Let's do this. I bet it sounds a lot better.
Mr. Trump és Mr. Vance meg akarja szüntetni a vallásszabadságot a Vance Agenda 2025 programjával.
I learned something. That's S, not S. I told you I like languages. Okay. And are there any Icelandic Americans? Here's audio for that one.
Herra Trump og herra Van vilja afnema trúfrelsi þitt með Vance Agenda 2025.
Odinites won't like that. That's any of the Slavic countries, or Scandinavian countries, I should say. I know Slavia is on the other side, next to China, above China, any of that, and next to China. I know stuff, I just keep making mistakes. Alright, Igbo. I forget where Igbo's at. So, Meazi Trump na Mr. Vance. Churu E.G. Vance's Agenda 2025 Wipu Nenewere Onwe Okpuk Perechigi. There's no audio. Sorry. Anybody speaks Igbo? Any Americans speak Igbo? How about Americans that speak Iloko? Oh, there's no audio, only transliteration. So, Kayatda Mr. Trump can Mr. Vance nga ekaten ti wayo wayo. Oh, that's a lot of wayo wayo. Hang on. I'm gonna try this again, okay? For Igbo. Or, no, Iloko. Kayatda Mr. Trump can Mr. Vance nga ekaten ti wayo wayo. Iti religion Babayan T Agenda 2025 ni Vance. I think I did it. Good. Anyway, that was Iloko for Iloko speaking Americans. How about Indonesian Americans? This has audio.
Pak Trump dan Pak Vance ingin menghilangkan kebebasan beragama Anda dengan agenda Vance 2025.
How about any Americans that speak Irish? Oh, I want to learn Irish Gaelic so bad. I have some Irish in there with my traveler gypsy. I have both. That's my grandmother's fault. I didn't do it. Okay, I didn't do it. Okay. So, I'm going to try and speak. Is it Irish Gaelic? Do they call it Gilgal? Gelga? Is that what they call it? Gelga? Anyway. So, I'm trying. If I kill it, I'm sorry. Don't be angry with me. I'm trying. I'm trying to include those Irish Americans who know some Gaelic. Ta'an tua sal Trump agus an tua sal Vance ag Irav Siobhan Irav Iarraidh. I know Siobhan is spelled kind of like that, so I'm thinking Iarraidh is Irav. Though Shorsi. Schwarzi? Really? I'm killing it. There's no audio. Tell Google to get some audio for Irish Gaelic. Because, right? Gilgal, right? Irish. How about Italian? Of course there's audio. Who doesn't speak Italian? Especially when you're ordering spaghetti, pizza. Campari. I'm sorry. I like Italian food. I like Irish food. Ooh, I like Irish food.
Il signor Trump e il signor Vance vogliono rimuovere la tua libertà di religione con l'Agenda 2025 di Vance.
Ha, Italian. Okay. Japanese. I'm going to do audio on this because even though I know a little bit of Japanese, I don't want to screw it up. Here we go.
トランプ氏とバンス氏は、バンスのアジェンダ2025で宗教の自由を剥奪したいと考えています。
There, I talked a little bit on top of it, but Japanese Americans will give you a second time around.
トランプ氏とバンス氏は、バンスのアジェンダ2025で宗教の自由を剥奪したいと考えています。
I understood like 4 words or something. I wish I knew more Japanese than I do. Okay. Let's see. Are there any Japanese Americans? Pak Trump and Pak Vance. Penguin Mabusak, Kamardakan Agama, Sampayan Nagango, Agenda 2025 Vance. Anybody from Java living here in the U.S. that's like a citizen or about to be a citizen? Canada. Is there audio? Yes.
ಶ್ರೀ ಟ್ರಂಪ್ ಮತ್ತು ಶ್ರೀ ವ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಅವರ ಕಾರ್ಯಸೂಚಿ 2025 ರೊಂದಿಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಧರ್ಮದ ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯವನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಹಾಕಲು ಬಯಸುತ್ತಾರೆ.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that part of India or thereabouts? In one of the countries surrounding there? Sounds like that. How about Kazakh? Trump Mirza Vance Mirza Sizdin Din Bostang Dig Yenizhdi Vinsting 2025 Kun Tartabiman Alp Tastayisi Kaledi. Anyway, that was my attempt at Kazakh. I'm sorry. So many Kazakh Americans. My bad if I screwed that up. Okay. That was phonetics. There was no audio. Sorry. Khmer. Oh, thank God, because there's no way I can read Khmer. Okay. I love that what it looks like, but I can't read that. Anyway.
លោកត្រាំនិងលោកវ៉ាន់ចង់ដល់សេរីភាពខាងសាសនារបស់អ្នកជាមួយនឹងរបៀបវិរៈឆ្នាំ2025របស់វ៉ាន់
So that was Khmer for any Khmer Americans. I'm sure there's a few because the Khmer Rouge thing was. Hope that's not too soon to bring up. Kenya Wanda. Buana Trump na Buana Vance. Barashaka Kuvanaho. Umedendezo. Wawe Widini Hamwe. Nagahunda Yavance 2025. When they start talking policies that go against the Constitution, that is not somebody to vote for. Even if they hint at it. The whole gun thing, she needs a different running mate. I would be her running mate, but I don't want to be a Democrat. Anyway, once you're in office, you're not supposed to have party affiliation. In any government office in this country, you're supposed to pretend you didn't run on a certain ticket. You're supposed to focus on the Constitution and the law, the statutes, and your fellow citizens' rights. You're not supposed to be like, oh, I'm a Democrat, oh, I'm a Republican. No. Once you take that oath of office, you are an American public servant, and you are there to fill your slot and do right by all of the American citizens, whether they voted for you or not. So let's see, how about, oh, that was Kenya Wanda. Okay. Let's do Korean. Oh, I love me some Netflix Korean. Some Korean Netflix stuff. Oh, man. Oh man, and I love Korean food. I thought there was one kind of kimchi that you found at the store. I didn't know there was hundreds. It's like dependent upon which part of Korea you're in. Oh my gosh, I was watching some kind of food show and they were talking about all the different recipes for kimchi. Man, if ever I get enough views on YouTube where people are Korean and they want to send me some kimchi, I will take it. 감사합니다. Alright, so let's do audio because I love Korean and I don't want to mess it up.
트럼프 씨와 반스 씨는 반스의 아젠다 2025를 통해 종교의 자유를 제거하려고 합니다.
And there's some Korean shows on Netflix that I watch where there's Christian cults and other different cults, and I don't think Korea likes cults, and I don't think Korean Americans like cults. I don't think anybody likes a cult except the people that are brainwashed and they're in there, and if they survive it, then they're like, oh, what was I thinking, right? So to force a religion on you when you have a Bill of Rights that says you have guaranteed freedom of religion, that's one of the things. How dare they? How dare they? Anyway. So that was for our Korean Americans. Let's see. Anybody that speaks some Creole? Oh, guys, I might kill it. Mr. Trump and Mr. Vance want polio freedom. Want for polio freedom for religion with Vance in Agenda 2025. I hope I said that right for those of you who speak Creole here in the United States. Okay, we got any citizens that speak, what's next? Kurdish. I helped some Kurdish people. Yeah. So, Birej Trump Birej Vance Birojiva Vance ya 2025 an Ditwazin Azadia Weya Oli di Holerakin. Is it Dihwazin Azaidia Weya Oli di Holerakin? There's no audio, I'm sorry. I didn't learn a lot of Kurdish, but I did learn that Kurdistan used to be the original Amazon nation, or cities, group of cities. And then when Hercules and Homer and all them went over there, not Homer, but Hercules and his crew went over there, some of them stayed behind and they married these women and convinced them to stop being biased against men again and to trust them. And there's very serious, strict laws about women's rights amongst the Kurds. That's part of why Osama bin Laden was trying to wipe them out, right? During the Desert Storm War. That was one of the things we were there for. It wasn't just about the oil and rescuing Dubai. Although that's the major thing that started it, was Dubai getting annexed by is it Iraq or Iran that's closer? I can't remember which one is Saddam Hussein in charge of. I want to say Iraq? Yeah, Iraq, right? Anyway, whichever one, Iraq or Iran. Sorry to the other one if it's not you. But yeah, I remember that he wanted to pay every soldier and sailor that would come over there and help him get his country back, the Prince of Dubai. And we said, we can't do that, but you can give gifts that can be dispersed to each of them. So basically they paid for us to go to Busch Gardens and Water Country. And it was a blast. And one of the visions I'd had as a teenager was fulfilled there. Me walking with my husband. I tried so hard to look and see who that was so I wouldn't marry him. Shirt down to the matching shirts. And what I was thinking while I was holding my daughter's hand and he was holding her hand. Going through the, I forget, it wasn't European. Like, most of Busch Gardens is European, but this is like French-American I'm trying to think of what that was called. Anyway, we were walking through there and stepped over the railroad tracks, and I thought that thought, and then I looked at him in his shirt, and I looked at me in my shirt, and I went, it finally happened. God wanted me to marry him. And there was another vision, and God wanted me to divorce him because things didn't go right. He didn't do what he was supposed to do. So, anyway, we won't go into that, but yeah, Kurdish. I had Kurdish people for neighbors, and the mother babysat for my kids when I was working after my second divorce. I thought the second guy was a better solution. He was older. I thought he was more mature, and it turned out he had a couple screws loose. But anyway, he was good looking. He wasn't stupid, but he was a little... Yeah, anyway. I was his third wife. Not all at once. Not Muslim style. Third, like marry, divorce, and then he married me. And it didn't work out. On our first year anniversary, the night before, the police had to come get him because he was being violent for really obscure reasons. Let's see. Kyrgyz. I don't think I can do this, but any Americans that speak Kyrgyz. Trump Mirza Menen Mirza Vinston 2025 Yilga Sayinki Kun Tartibi Menendin Tutua Urkim Ginjizdi Alip Salunu Kealashat. That was my attempt at Kyrgyz. I did my best. What can I say? There was no audio. And Leo. So, Laotian? Any Laotian Americans? Than Trump le than avans. Tankan pod selifab naikan navfusasa na kongthanduanya yuala. 2025 Kong avans. Latin. Oh. Dominus Trump et Dominus Vance Libertatem Religionis Vestram cum Vance in Agenda 2025. I'm not going to say it in Latin. Tolere volunt. Oh, wait. We can maybe hear it in Latin. I just didn't feel like trying to figure out 2025 in Latin. Too tired. Here we go.
Dominus Trump et Dominus Vens Libertatem Religionis Vestram cum Vens in Agenda 2025 tollere volunt.
2025, yeah. I should have thought of... Oh, sorry. Anyway. Yeah, I took Latin for a reason. I wanted to see just how much of the Bible got translated correctly. Turns out a lot of it didn't. Oh, goodness. And then on top of it, they hid a lot of books that were in there officially. Here we go. Latvian Americans. Here you go.
Trumpa kungs un Vens vēlas atņemt jūsu reliģijas brīvību, izmantojot Vensa programmu 2025. gadā.
How about Lingala? Lingala speaking Americans, here you go. Mr. Trump or Monsieur Trump? I'm not sure what Lingala uses for the M. So M Trump, not M Vance. Balingi Kolongola Bonsomi Nabino Ya Lingomba Na Agenda 2025 Ya Vance. There's no audio. Some people need to say something to Google. What if you're in the middle of a conversation with another American and you want to speak Lingala and they don't know Lingala and you don't know English or Spanish or whatever and you need the audio, right? So people, you ought to write to Google and be like, fix this ASAP. If there's one country on the earth where everybody needs to know like every language they can, like have it in their phone, you know, like a Babelfish from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, it would be this country. Lithuanian. Die trompas ponas vansas nori panai kinti. Start over. I think I can do it better than that. I hope. I cross my fingers, right? Oh, sorry. Some people find that to be a superstitious thing. Die trompas ponas vans as nori panai kinti. Jusu religios or Yusu religios laisve su vances agenda 2025. That's my attempt at Lithuanian. I tried. Such an embarrassing thing, but I'm having fun too. I love playing around with it, with the languages. I really like it. Luxembourgish. No audio on this. Good thing I'm a little German, huh? I can fake it, maybe? Den Herr Trump and den Herr Vance willen Religionsfreiheit mam Vance Sangam Agenda 2025 erwählen. And if they do that to your freedom of religion, what won't they do it to? Remember, Trump did really good things for our country. Got some royal crowns, fingers out of our pockets with the IRS and the Federal Reserve, made them actual federal establishments. And then he killed everything he did for our economy and everything else. Killed businesses, mom and pop shops, you know, privately owned little tiny businesses that people were living off of, and shut down larger corporations because of all the lockdowns. Because Trump is a germaphobe. Did you know in the 90s I caught him in an interview, he thought he was off camera, and the cameraman was like, whoa, what's that? He had just shook hands with this guy. He stepped off camera, pulled some sanitizer out of his pocket, and put it on his hands after, like the guy was dirty or something. I remember thinking, that is so weird. And it has to do with a fortune he was told by Jean Cara. Or was it Jean Cara or the other lady? Anyway, they told him he would be defeated by a virus. So he's scared of germs. Well, the way the virus defeated him was made him loathsome to Americans because he made a lot of people homeless and lose their jobs and their businesses they worked their whole life on. So anyway, now Macedonia. Okay. Estonia, again, I'm so sorry. I do know the difference. Please forgive me. And Macedonia, you too. Okay. Anyway. Gedin Trump Gedin Vens Seket Daja Odstranat Vajata Sloboda na Verojpoved So Agendata na Vens 2025 Godina. And I happen to know people don't come here from Slovenia, Macedonia, etc., hoping to have their rights restricted. He should know better. He should know better. He was born and raised here. So, and then we got Mathili. Shri Trump as Shri Vance. Vance ke Agenda 2025 ke sang ahen ke dharm ke swatantrata ke khatabe chahe chatinha. My attempt at Mathili. Any Americans speak Malagasy? Atoa Trump. Si atoa Vance. Diate hane sotra ni fahalala hanao ara pivavahana Vivavahana Miaraka Amini Agenda 2025 Ani Events. That's not right, right? Sorry if I screwed up some Malagasy there. I did my best, I promise. Let's see. Malay. Again, no audio, so here we go. Enchik Trump dan enchik vans. Mahu Mangali. Keluar kebebasan beragama anda dengan Agenda 2025 vans. We got any Americans that speak Malayalam? Ooh, there's audio for Malayalam. Here we go.
2025 വാൻസിന്റെ അജണ്ട ഉപയോഗിച്ച് നിങ്ങളുടെ മതസ്വാതന്ത്ര്യം ഇല്ലാതാക്കാൻ ട്രംപും വാൻസും ആഗ്രഹിക്കുന്നു.
Maltese. No audio. I'm so sorry in advance, because I know Maltese is a combination of French, Arabic, African a little bit, I think. Some Spanish, Portuguese. It's a mixed language. I'm going to try, based off of what I know, to say it right, okay, with the phonetics that are here. No guarantees. Isur Trump. Isur Vance. Jaredu Inetu Libertatar Religion Tiegek Blagenda 2025 Tavans. We got any Manipuri speaking Americans? Oh, I can't. I'm sorry, this is not even transliteration. I don't know those letters. My bad, sorry. Let's see. How about anybody speak Maori here that's an American? I do my best based on, kind of knowing a little bit of Hawaiian pronunciation. Not really Hawaiian. But I know some of the rules of pronunciation. Let's see how I do with Maori. For those of you from, those islands. I'm going to try. Okay? Que te pirangi a Mr. Trump me Mr. Vance. Ki te tango I to here koe tanga. O te waka pono me te Agenda 2025 avance. Do you have any Americans that speak Marathi? Here. Ooh, audio for Marathi.
मिस्टर ट्रम्प आणि मिस्टर व्हॅन्स यांना व्हॅन्सच्या अजेंडा 2025 सह तुमचे धर्म स्वातंत्र्य काढून टाकायचे आहे.
When we're supposed to have freedom of religion, no less, right? I'm so irritated with him. He knows better. He talks about following the Constitution. I keep catching him doing stuff. As likable as he can be, he is a stinker. Naughty, right? Okay, so I think I got a fly in here. Okay, Mr. Trump. This is for Mizo, but there's no audio, so I'm going to do my best. There's phonetics. So, Mr. Trump le Mr. Vance te hian Vance a Agenda 2025 hamang hian insaka zalena chupai bo an do ani. He's not allowed to do that. It's not allowed. You cannot restrict the rights, the religious freedom of Americans. Any Mongolian Americans? There's no audio, but there's phonetics. So I'm going to try and do Mongolian, okay? For Mongolian Americans. Noyon Trump, Noyon Vins, Nar Vincelin 2025, Oni Murin, Kotul Burur Tani Shashin Shutik Irk Chulug Aril Gakieg Kush Baina. I did my best. I met some Mongolians. In 2016 I was working out in Washington. Nice guy and his wife. Such nice people. I wish I had a yurt I could live in. Oh, it'd be so fun. Wouldn't it? Especially if I had a ranch, I could be out there camping out in a yurt instead of a regular tent. Like they do, because they're a cowboy nation, man. Mongolia is made of cowboys. So Nepali, let's see. Any Nepali speaking Americans? Here we go.
श्री ट्रम्प र श्री भ्यान्सको एजेन्डा 2025 मार्फत तपाईको धर्मको स्वतन्त्रता हटाउन चाहन्छन्.
Yeah, that's not right. If I was president, I wouldn't be doing that. I wouldn't be messing with the Bill of Rights. I wouldn't be trying to say that a half black, half Jamaican woman that's running for president isn't black. That's as bad as... I'm not going to go back there. No, I'm not going to go back there. Let's move forward. Alright, so this is Northern Sotho. Marina Trump le Marina Vance Banyaka go Tlosha. I'm sorry. Let me start over. Marina Trump le Marina Vance Banyaka go Tlosha Tokologo ya Gago ya Bodumili ka Vance's Agenda 2025. Let's see. Any Americans speak Norwegian? I know there are. There's some. Mr. Trump och Mr. Vance önskar fjärma religionsfriheten din med Vance's Agenda 2025. Now, a lot of Norwegians are Christian, but not everybody. And, it doesn't matter. Like, it might not be your type of Christian religion that they make official, and that just can't be. It's not okay. And there are so many religions in this country. There is no such thing as an official religion. That's the only country where you have the freedom to practice your religion as long as it doesn't hurt other people. As long as you stick to your own area and you do your worship, and then you go about your week and you work and you don't mess with anybody. I know that that's not the case in a lot of countries. I don't know, when you're in Norway, do you have your little chip keep you from buying anything if you're not Christian? Sign of the beast, my friend. Which tells you what I think about the Catholic Church now. Okay. Nyanja or Nyanja? Anybody speak Nyanja or Nyanja? Bambo Trump Ndivans Akufuna Kuchotsa or Kuchotsa Ufulo Wanu Vachipem Bedzo in the Agenda 2025 Javans. Let's see, what else we got in here? Anybody speaks Odia? That's an American? Isn't that northeastern India? Sri Trampa Abing Sri Bans Tumara Dharmara Swadhinataku Vansaka Agenda 2025 Sahita Hatai Baku Chahunchanti. Lame, right? Okay, so here we go. It's so un-American for him to even say it. Oromo. Anybody speak Oromo? I'm gonna try. because these are different phonetics for me. Abo Trump fi abo vansi. Agendai vansi 2025 walien bilisumai sumai amantia kishan bokishu barbadu. I did my best, people that speak Oromo in this country. I'm sorry. It probably sounded terrible. Okay, Pashto. I don't speak Pashto. It doesn't have any transliteration. It just has the Arabesque type lettering. Sorry. Let's see. Persian, it's got no transliteration for that either. Sorry. Polish.
Pan Trump i pan Vance chcą pozbawić was wolności wyznania za pomocą agendy Vance'a 2025.
I know a few Polish Americans. Most of them are Christian, but I know one of them, she doesn't really worship, but she follows paganism. And I don't think she would like it. She doesn't hurt a soul. She's a good person. She just follows the seasons of the year and takes care of her family. That's all she does. She doesn't bother anybody. She doesn't push her beliefs on anybody. You know, that's how it should be with every religion. You don't push your beliefs on anybody, but if they come asking and you're willing to share, but there shouldn't be any of this pushy stuff. So, Portuguese. I'm not so good at Portuguese because it confuses me because it sounds like French and Spanish mixed together. Maybe a little Italian in there too. I like Portugal. I just have a hard time with Portuguese. So I'm glad there's audio. Here we go.
Trump e Vance querem acabar com sua liberdade religiosa com a Agenda 2025 de Vance.
Okay, so that was for the Portuguese Americans. Let's see, who we got next? We're going alphabetically, by the way. English alphabet. Sorry, that's the one I know really well. Punjabi. Anybody speak Punjabi? I'm going to do my best. There's no audio. Yeah, you got to talk to Google about that. Misatara Tarapi Misatara Tarapa Ati Misatara Vensa De Eyade 2025 Nela Turhabi Darama Di Ajade Nu Hate Une Kahide Hana. That was terrible. I'm so sorry. They need to put audio back in these. How are people in America that are from all over the world supposed to talk to each other when they need to at the store? If there's no way, you know what I mean? You have to already know the language to know the language to be able to say it to the other person. Let's see. Quechua. This is a new one for me. So, Señor Trump won, Señor Vancepa, Agenda 2025, Nisquavanmi, Religioni Kimanta Libre, Keita Horkoita, Munanku. Okay, any Americans speak Romanian? Here we go.
Domnul Trump și domnul Vance vor să vă înlăture libertatea religioasă cu Agenda 2025 a lui Vance.
I dated a Romanian guy once, way back before I ever got married, and that guy, he was nappy. He was a stinker. he wanted to turn me into a hooker, a call girl. I was like, no. He's like showing me pictures of this other girlfriend he had. She was inappropriate photos. He kept saying, at first we just do it for free and then we start charging these guys. I was like, what? You're not risking your body. You're not risking yourself catching a disease. And no, you're not going to suddenly turn into my pimp from being my fiance. What is this? He tried to sue me for canceling all our dates. I was like, So I went and got my paycheck and added up the receipts for the clothes he'd bought me that he said were gifts. And they were modest clothes. I mean, we're talking loafers, cashmere, dress slacks. Nothing really fancy. It wasn't a lot of clothes. It was like a couple of, like an outfit, right? One outfit. And he tried to hide because I brought the sheriff with me as a witness, a legal witness. So he couldn't say I didn't pay him back. So, yeah. My one time trying to date a Romanian, it was a disaster. I know there's other Romanians that are nice. Okay, I've met them. I've had them for neighbors. I'm just saying this one guy, oh my gosh. How did I meet the worst person to meet from a country that I think is very cool? I just don't know. Anyway, this is Russian, which I know. Dasvidanya, spasiba, little words. Pavuk, pavuk, right? Spider. The little things. I can't think of them all right now, but it's a small vocabulary. So let's just play this, okay, since they have audio.
Господин Трамп и господин Венес хотят лишить вас свободы религии с помощью повестки дня Венса до 2025 года.
So that's for all our Russian-speaking Americans. Let's see, what's next? Samoans! Oh, you guys are so cool. I'm hoping I don't screw this up, but again, I'm leaning on the little bit of island stuff I know. Imananao, Mr. Trump, Mr. Vance. Iavisi lo saolotoga o tapwagi ili Vance's Agenda 2025. No audio, sorry. That's where we got there. So that's for Samoan Americans. How about, what's next? Sanskrit. Anybody speak Sanskrit? I'm going to try and do it. Okay. Trampa Mahodaya, Vince Mahodaya. Oh, okay. Mahodaya is Mr., right? So Trampa Mahodaya, Vance Mahodaya, Chevinsesya, Agenda 2025, Ityanin Vavata, Dharmasvatam Tratam, Durakartam, Ichahanti. There's no audio, guys. Like really. There is for English, but there's none for Sanskrit. I'm really sorry. Let's see who's next. Got any Americans that speak Scottish Gaelic? Oh, I don't even try. Okay, I'll try it, but if I get it wrong, you can't be cursing me, okay? Just give me free lessons. You know me and languages. I love languages. So, Tha Migur, Trump, Agus Migur Vance, MGR. So that would be manager. An abbreviation, American abbreviation would be manager, MGR. So Tha MGR Trump, Agus MGR Vance. Ersen do Shorsa, Schrieden of Thoughts Erfalbe, Leclerc Nofach, Vance 2025. I can't help it. There's no audio, there's no transliteration. I think I just killed it. Sorry. Gaelic is very beautiful. No matter which kind of Gaelic, I like both sounds. They're very unique to each other, and I wish I knew more. So let's see. Serbian. Is there audio for Serbian? Yes, thank God. My Cyrillian language is not up to date. So let's just do the audio for the Serbian.
Gospodin Trump I gospodin Vance žele da uklone vašu slobodu veroispovesti sa Vanceovom agendom 2025.
Let's see. What other kind of Americans we got? Let's see. Shona? I'm going to have to read it. Sorry to anybody that speaks Shona in this country. In advance. Okay. Va Trump na vans vanoda kovisa rusununguko. Rowako rewe kunamata ne vans agenda 2025. I'm starting to think if I hear the word agenda, they're trying to do something to take away our rights. What? I mean, they're being very open about the fact they have an agenda. The nerve. Here we elect them, and then they want to... It's like hiring somebody to drive your car, and then they're like, let's go off the cliff. Whee! No! Stop the car right now. Oh, okay. I can't do Sinti, and this does not have audio, and it doesn't have transliteration. I'm sorry. No Sinti from me today. Let's see. Sinhala? Do they have audio for that? Yes. So, any American speak Sinhala? This is for you.
Trump මහතාට සහ Vance මහතාට වාන්ගේ න්‍යාය පත්‍රය 2025 සමගින් ඔබේ ආගමික නිදහස ඉවත් කිරීමට අවශ්‍ය.
Okay. And next, well, we're getting to the bottom of the alphabet here. 26 letters in the English American alphabet. Slovak. Here we go. Some Slovakian for you Slovakian Americans. Just for you.
Pán Trump a pán Vance chcú Vanceovou agendou 2025 odstrániť vašu slobodu vierovyznania.
Okay. Slovenian. Oh. I'm sure she knows. Gospod Trump in Gospod Vance želite odstraniti vašo svobodo veroizpovedi z Vanceovo Agenda 2025. And she is so pretty and educated. The woman has a degree, okay? Or maybe she has two. Anyway, she's really smart. She carries herself like a model. She's been so sophisticated, patient, gracious through the whole thing. I don't want to hurt her feelings, and I'm just saying right now, Melania, your husband's a bit mischievous. At least I'm not lying to you, how I feel, okay? So we got any Somali Americans? Here's some Somali for you, the best I can do, because there's no audio. Mr. Trump iyo Mr. Vance, wakse Raban ine Homimadari or Shomimadari. Xomimadari? There's an X. There's like 3 ways to say that phonetically. So, Mr. Trump iyo Mr. Vance, wache Rabani ine Homimadari. Correct in your ears if it's wrong, sorry. Diinta Kaga Serain Agenda Vance 2025. I did my best. Maybe somebody wants to teach me Somali? Nicely, we would have some kind of trade-off or something. Okay, legal, nothing sneaky, just, like some kind of barter system. I don't know. Southern Sofa? Mongolie Trump le Mongvans Babatla Hotlosa Tokoloho Ia How Ia Volumili Calenanio Lavance la 2025. Spanish. El señor Trump y el señor Vance quieren eliminar su libertad de religión con la Agenda 2025 de Vance. And in Spanish.
El señor Trump y el señor Vance quieren eliminar su libertad de religión con la Agenda 2025 de Vance.
I mean, imagine, you came here so you wouldn't get harassed by the Catholics. You're from South America. And now Vance, who's, I know a lot of Hispanic Americans are Catholic, but there's a lot who aren't. Freedom of religion is a privilege in this country that is not had anywhere else. And, except Israel. Imagine that. Sudanese. Pak Trump sarang Pak Vance hoyong ngapas kabebasan ang agama ang ngango Agenda 2025 Vance. That was my attempt at Sudanese. There we go. Swahili. Trump na it says BW. Trump na BW Vance. Wanataka kuondoa uhuru wako wa dini kwa kutumia agenda ya 2025 ya Vance. So that's for the Swahili Americans. I actually met a couple of those too. Oh, let's see. What's next? Swedish Americans.
Mel, Trump och Mel, Vance vill ta bort din religionsfrihet med Vances agenda 2025.
That's for you Swedish Americans. I'm sure maybe you don't care, but some of you might. Some of you might. Let's see, Tajik is from Tajikistan. Now there's no audio. Sorry, I'm going to try this. Sanobi Trump va Sanobi Vance Mexohand Ozodi Dini Shomoro Bo Ruznomai Vance 2025 Zoris Kunand. Sorry, I don't know Tajik either. And evidently there's some phonetics in there that sound familiar, but probably not where I'm thinking from. Tamil. Okay. Oh, goodness. So to those in America who speak Tamil, who are citizens,
Trump மற்றும் வான்ஸ் ஆகியோர் வான்ஸின் நிகழ்ச்சி நிரல் 2025 உடன் உங்கள் மத சுதந்திரத்தை அகற்ற விரும்புகிறார்கள்.
So, I'm not on the ballot, but I did try and get people to listen, but nobody knows me. I was injured 6 years ago at work, and here, Tatar. Oh, I can't even read Tatar. Tatar. It's kind of Russian-esque. And here we go. The ducks are telling me that maybe I should turn the water off. Telugu. Here we go.
మిస్టర్ ట్రంప్ మరియు మిస్టర్ వాన్స్ ఎజెండా 2025తో మీ మత స్వేచ్ఛను తొలగించాలనుకుంటున్నారు.
That's kind of a problem, you know, for anybody that's not Christian. And even some Christians might be like, what? You're trying to make jerks out of us? You know, it just depends on the Christian, I guess, if they're nice or not. If they remember that that's a right. Thai.
คุณทรัมป์และคุณแวนต้องการยกเลิกเสรีภาพในการนับถือศาสนาของคุณด้วย Bueno Agenda 2025
I cannot read Tigrinya. That's really a pretty language, though. Let's see. Any Americans who are speaking Sangha? Tatana Trump na Tatana Vance. Valava Kushusa Inchu Zeko. Wa Nowina wa Vokonegeri He Agenda Yavance Ya 2025. And let's see. Turkish. For
Bay Trump ve Bay Vance'in gündemi 2025 ile din özgürlüğünüzü ortadan kaldırmak istiyor.
That's for our Turkish Americans. You gotta keep on these politicians, man. Especially if they used to be, you know, businessmen. They want to further their status. Turkmen. Cenap Trump ve Cenap once in 2025 G. Yıldaki gün tertibi bilendin azatle genyezi Irmak Islayar. So that was for the Turkmen. Let's see what we've got. Ukrainian.
Містер Трамп і пан Венс хочуть позбавити вас свободи віросповідання за допомогою порядку денного Венса на 2025 рік.
That was for Ukrainian Americans.
Mr. Trump and Mr. Vance.
Oh, no. Oh, this is fun though, right? It takes a while though. There's so many languages, and that's just the ones that are in here. Urdu.
मिस्टर ट्रंप और मिस्टर वीनस के एजेंडे 2025 के साथ आपकी मजहबी आजादी को खत्म करना चाहते हैं.
I can't read Uyghur. I'm sorry, I can't read Uyghur. It's very Arabesque and Arabic looking. Arabesque. I think I said that once before too. Oops. I can't do that one. Uzbek. Donald Trump Donald Vance Vansening 2025 Yilgi Kun Tartibi Bilandin Erkinligin Gizni Olib Tashlamokchi for our Uzbekian Americans. Vietnamese. Here we go. Audio.
Ông Trump và ông Vance muốn tước bỏ quyền tự do tôn giáo của bạn bằng chương trình nghị sự 2025 của Vance.
For our Vietnamese Americans. I had some for neighbors. They had a beauty shop here. I think they went to greener pastures though, because, you know, it's a small town. Welsh. Oh, I don't have to try and mash this up. I got audio for Welsh. I love Welsh. I named my son Kimry or Chimry, depending on which era we're in, because I used to say the C said a ch. Now they say it's a s. So that's one of his middle names. So yeah, here we go.
Mae trimpa fanke eisiau dileu eich rhyddid crefydd gydag agenda 2025 fanke.
For our Welsh Americans. And yeah, if I was going to run for president, I'd have to really fast come up with so much money to start a campaign account, a campaign manager, fundraisers, have a whole bunch of people just come in and throw money at it, and come up with a party name. I tried this clear back in January. I was getting nowhere. But I would do, I would do like that. Like she said, like Harris said, we're going to represent all the Americans. Well, she said govern. But she's not supposed to govern us. She's representing us. If we elect her, she's a public servant. And I wish they would remember this and quit trying to throw that European oppression on us. De heer Trump en de heer Vance willen jo vrijheid van godsdienst voortsmeten met Vance's Agenda 2025. That was Western Frisian, the best I could do. For those who are from Western Frisia in the U.S. that are citizens. And here we go. Xosa, Xosa. Nu Trump, kunye nom nu Vance, bafuna ukushusha inkululeko yako yonkulo nge agenda ka 2025 ka Vance. I want to say it says Xosa, but I'm not confident on how to say that language name. Hey, some Yiddish. Mr. Trump on Herr Vance willen zu beseitigen den Freiheit von Religie mit Vance is Agenda 2025. I secretly suspect Trump of trying to help get Harris in there because maybe he's tired of there not being a female president here. Everybody else has tried it. But anyway, Ogbeni Trump, ati Ogbeni Vance, felati yo omnira isten re kuro pilu Agenda Vance 2025. That's Yoruba. And I think there's one more. Zulu. Should I try Zulu? I'm trying Zulu. There's no audio. Umnu Trump no munu okay. Umnu Trump nomnu Vance bafuna ukushusha inkulu leko yako vienkolo unga agenda Vance 2025. So that's it. That's what Google Translate has. That's the best I can do, and God bless America, and God bless us to keep our freedom and all of our Bill of Rights. Our freedom of religion and our right to keep and bear arms. No tampering with the rights of the people. And I hope that the Republicans get smart and pick another candidate, another nominee, because this man is not eligible to even be in office. He can't take the oath of office. He's been impeached. Even if it was unfair, he's been impeached. That's a legality. He has to fix that. And if he can't fix it, time to move on, Mr. Trump. Because I seem to recall that you can't reverse a impeachment, if I remember reading that correctly. That's the one thing that can't be pardoned. I do think, though, that there's a way that Congress and the Senate can re-debate the facts of the case, but it has to be done before he can run. And then he's got the felony conviction. He might not have been sentenced yet, but he has a felony conviction. And because he's been convicted, even without the sentence coming down, nobody else in this country has been able to go and get sentenced or convicted and not have their sentencing the same day. That's against the law. Somebody should sue that court for that today. Anyway, Irregardless, he's trying to mess with our Bill of Rights, with our freedom of religion, and that is not okay. He wouldn't like it if people tried to tell him he's not allowed to be a Christian. That's got to be stopped. So I wouldn't say vote Trump. I'd say vote anybody else. Anybody else on that ballot. You only get a vote for one president. You only get a vote one time for that, but, make your vote count. And with that, there's a few other people that aren't Republican or Democrat. I just want to end by saying, pray about it, or you do your meditation on it, or whatever you do, whatever you believe in. Because you have a right to believe what you believe in this country. As long as you obey the law and you don't hurt anybody else, you have a right to believe what you believe or not believe. You have a right to conduct your thoughts the way you wish, to believe in a higher power or not believe in a higher power. Because you're an adult and you're an American and you pay taxes here. That is guaranteed in the U.S. Constitution and the amendments, the Bill of Rights. Do not ever let a politician convince you that because all the rest of what they're saying is okay, that this one little thing doesn't matter. It matters. It all matters. That's how they chip away at your freedom. Maintain your freedom. Think hard before you vote for anyone. And make them have to work for it and abide by the Constitution from now on. Strictly by the Constitution. Protect your freedom. Peace out, Americans.